everybody, my name is Rick Fogle, and as you know, I'm taking my college class, which is public speaking, Com 101, and pursue my bachelor's degree. This is speech number 3 of 5. So first of all, I want to thank you for helping me out, because it's huge. And I couldn't sleep at night thinking about this speech, because it makes me nervous, public speaking. Anyway, this class is one where I use visual aids. And I wanted to bring my dog in before I introduce the class, but I've been under the weather lately, and I just didn't have time to deal with him today. So my visual aid is gonna be a book that's actually out of production, which is the Family Protection Dog. So my speech is on today is the German working dog, the Rottweiler. And the Rottweiler was introduced into Germany after the Romans conquered through. You know, and I look at the breeds and the pictures. I don't know if anybody who here has a dog? Everybody follow the history of the dog and see actually what it looked like from yesteryears. Quite different. So they said the Rottweiler started with the Romans. It used to go with the Romans and herded the cattle. And I've actually seen some pictures of what it looked like, not even close. So I'm going to talk about the Rottweiler that started in Germany, that was bred and designed as a working dog. What's a working dog? Anybody know? Security dog, dog that's designed to do a certain task. Boxer, what class is a boxer?
It's in the working dog group.
Working dog group. And what you said you had a dog?
I just got kids.
We'll have to get you one. You got,
I got 3 dogs.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I got 2 golden retrievers and
must be speech time.
Dotson.
And what kind of class are those in?
The golden retrievers can be working dogs because
they're hunting, right? Hunting dog.
Well, that, and they use them a lot for like blind people.
For a service dog then,
Service,
so it's still the working class. Matt, did you say you had a dog?
Yeah, husky and a...
Do you? I didn't know that.
Schnauzer.
What's the difference between a husky and a Malamute?
Malamute's a bit larger.
Bit larger. I was watching some on Dogs 101 on TV the other day. I don't know if you've seen it. It had the Malamute and the husky on there. Wow, no kidding. Pretty amazing dog, the husky. So, excuse me, and then I apologize about the cough. German working dog, Rottweiler, was designed or bred in Germany to haul the carts when they took the cattle to the town to cash in their purse. The dog protected the cart and watched the cattle. So that's what originally started from the Rottweiler in the town of Rottweiler, and probably pronounce it wrong, spelled a little different in Germany itself. The first Rottweiler came to the United States in 1920. 1920, I think, was registered with AKC in 1930. Anybody know what AKC is? Basically, it's the American standard for the dog. So the AKC says this is the standard of the Labrador, and that Labrador has to follow them standards. This is the standard of a boxer and a husky. So if your dog, anybody's dog's registered with AKC, anybody registered a dog? No?
I had former dogs registered.
Yeah, so you can register, but you know, I noticed one thing at the pound, when you get a dog from a pound or rescue, most of the time they will not register. Some people are really against it because they're saying, well, if the dog doesn't have paper, people don't want it. Anyway, just a little background on the AKC. But that is the standard. The AKC comes up with a standard of that dog, whether it's the hips, the size, the weight, and they say this is what the dog's supposed to look like, this is what the temperament's supposed to be, and then you can register it. So, who knows what they do in Germany, the AKC version of the German or European? Pink paper. Dogs are pink paper. They're not AKC, they're pink paper. That's the German standard, the European standard, which is a little bit different in the United States, and we'll get to that in a second. So, the Rottweiler again came from Germany, United States in about 1930. First one registered about 1930 as well. So the Rottweiler, what does it look like? And I got some pictures here. First of all, let me show you my favorite picture. Boom. I thought it was pretty cool. And they say in the caption of this picture, what but if it was your dog but not your child? Yeah, it is pretty slick. Pretty slick. So basically, guys, I gotta show you, sorry. Mind the camera. Wow. So kind of cool. So this is, there are 2 types of Rottweilers, because over the years, they tend to lose, or the breeding standard changes between European and Germany. So Rottweiler, basically a black dog with tan markings. Tan markings above the eyes. Anybody knows why they do that? Or what's the design for that? Above the eyes, the little marks? They say for the attacker to miss the eyes when they fight. I don't know how effective that is, but that's why they got 2 little dots. If you notice, the Rottweiler also looks just like, or marked, just like which kind of dog?
Doberman.
Doberman and the Dachshund. I'm not sure what the fighting purpose of the Dachshund is, but if you notice, they all look the same. That's a German engineer, and they pretty much picked that dog and they look for the color. And how they did it is beyond me, but that's where the standards come from. So the tail on the Rottweiler is docked in the United States. They dock the tail. What's the difference between docked and bobbed? Bobtailed, the dog's born like that.
Oh.
The tail is short, it's born. Like a German short hair, I believe that's bobbed. It comes short. Or the Australian Shepherd is bobbed. It doesn't have a tail. Rottweilers are born with the tail, they cut them. But now in Germany, they cannot, I repeat, cannot do any cosmetic surgery to that dog. What do I mean by cosmetic surgery? Ears. Yeah, the dew claw is not considered cosmetic. They take that dew claw because it's better for the dog. But in Germany, nowadays, them Rottweilers have tails. The Doberman's ears are floppy. They don't do any cosmetic surgery to alter that dog to make it look, well, we think cooler. Rottweiler looks meaner with a shorter tail. My dog, if I had him here, his stubby is little. It's real short. So that's the difference. In Germany, if you dock that tail, can't pink paper him. So my dog was actually, parents, one's from Germany, one's from Hungary. They brought the dogs in
6 minutes.
Cool. Into the United States and bred them here so they could actually cut the tails. So American standard, tail can be cut, that's okay. German standards can't be cut. Alright, so we went over to basically look at the Rottweiler. Temperament, strong dog, very dominant towards the alpha male. In fact, everybody watch Westminster Dog Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you?
Yeah.
You like this pretty show?
Yeah.
Well, they had the Rottweiler come through and they said right away, must establish male dominance. You must establish leader of the pack with that dog. Even now my dog, it pushes. You can tell my son just come in from California and already that dog's stealing its stuff. Because that dog wants it to know that in the chain of the pack, that it is above my son who's 20 years old. It's already pushing. From the day my son walked on, Rottweilers push. And in Germany, they say if that dog doesn't push, that they put it down or they won't breed it. They look for the strong dominant trait of the Rottweiler. But one thing cool about a Rottweiler, I think, is the reason why I got the dog, is they're quiet. So with the temperament of being a very strong dog, very brave, loyal, they're extremely quiet. Dog never barks, never whines. Show you attack mode. So basically a good guard dog, extremely quiet, loyal, strong, but you have to establish male dominancy or leader of the pack right away with that kind of dog. So today we covered where the Rottweiler's basically from Germany, then imported to the United States. Talked about the markings, basically a black dog with brown markings under the throat, on top of the eyes, and a little bit on the chest. And then we talked about a little difference between the German Rottweiler and American Rottweiler. The tails being docked or being taken, and the temperament. You know, in the United States, we're kind of overpopulated, we're bigger cities. Dogs are bred a little bit more where the temperament's not as strong. In Germany, they're still pushing. Like I said, I was reading an article the other day. They said if they put the judge in the ring, puts his hand over that dog, and that dog flinches, normally they don't breed it no more. But if that dog stands up on that judge, it's not considered a fault in the show ring. So if it shows dominance, does that judge is like basically back off, guy, that's not a fault. Any questions? All right, concludes my speech. I appreciate it.